For most people, introverts are shy and boring. But that is far from the truth. They have a lot of great qualities that go unnoticed. Many introverts struggle with feeling misunderstood, overwhelmed, and unappreciated because they are unaware of their unique and powerful qualities. This lack of understanding of their needs can lead to a lot of confusion and frustration in interpersonal relationships. We understand how difficult it can be to feel misunderstood and unappreciated as an introvert. That's why we want to shed some light on the 7 superpowers of being an introvert and share them with you. Now you may think you know them all, but number 6 will surprise you in a good way. We promise. So make sure you stay tuned and let us know your favorite introvert superpower by leaving a comment below. Before we get started, be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for a free giveaway. Number 1. Introverts have more meaningful relationships. One of the best qualities that introverts have is their ability to listen intently. When they're talking with someone, they don't feel the need to be the ones doing most of the talking. Instead, they focus on really listening to the other person. This allows them to get a better sense of the other person. As a result, they are able to form stronger connections and build more meaningful relationships. Let's now explore why introverts tend to have more meaningful relationships. First, they tend to have a small inner circle. Introverts tend to keep their inner circle small, which means they form deeper connections with those closest to them. Because of this, introverts often have fewer acquaintances than their extroverted counterparts, but their relationships are usually more meaningful and long-lasting. This is because they take the time to get to know the people around them and invest in the relationships they form. They also tend to be more loyal and dependable friends because of their deeper understanding of those around them. Secondly, they understand other people's feelings. Introverts are also great at understanding other people's feelings and emotions because they spend so much time observing and thinking about their own emotions. This gives them greater insight into how others may be feeling, which allows them to provide comfort, support, or advice in times of need. All key components for building strong relationships. Third, they have intuition and often become confidants. Most people don't know this, but introverts often have a heightened sense of intuition when it comes to reading other people's emotions and thoughts. They can pick up on subtle cues that others may miss or ignore, giving them a greater insight into what others might be feeling or thinking. This heightened intuition ability also helps them develop strong empathy skills. They understand what someone else might be going through better than most other people do. As a result, it's no surprise that introverts often become confidants for their friends and family members in need of someone who truly understands where they're coming from. Number 2. Introverts have emotional resilience. If you are an introvert or know someone else who is, I am sure you will agree that most introverts are naturally thoughtful people. They think before speaking and aren't afraid to take time alone to reflect on their thoughts and feelings. Their reflective nature allows them to process difficult emotions in a more constructive way than extroverts, who may act out or become overwhelmed by their emotions. Let's explore more on how they are able to possess this amazing superpower. First, introverts are self-aware. Introverts tend to be very self-aware because of their need for solitary reflection and contemplation. This heightened awareness makes it easier for them to identify potential sources of conflict or stress before they become issues, so that they can address them calmly and effectively instead of letting their emotions get the best of them. Secondly, introverts have empathy. Empathy is another key component of emotional resilience because it helps us relate to the experiences and feelings of others without getting swept away in our own emotions in the process. Introverts have an innate ability to connect with others on a deeper level because they understand what it's like to feel and think deeply about their experiences. This understanding enables us to sympathize with those around us without becoming overwhelmed by their emotions or losing sight of our needs. Let's now look at another superpower of being an introvert. Number 3. Introverts are creative and innovative. If you're an introvert, chances are you've been told at some point that your quiet nature is a disadvantage. However, it turns out that introversion is linked to creativity and innovation. This means that the qualities that often make you feel like you don't fit in are your superpowers. One of the key reasons why introverts tend to be more creative than their extroverted counterparts is because they spend more time inside their own heads. While extroverts are energized by external factors, such as being around other people or engaging in stimulating activities, introverts get their energy from reflecting on ideas and exploring them internally. This allows them to explore different perspectives without any outside pressure or influence, leading to greater insight and innovative solutions. Number 4. Self-awareness is another superpower for introverts. First, let's define what self-awareness is. It is simply the ability to recognize your thoughts, emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. It's about understanding how those elements shape who you are and how you show up in the world. Self-awareness is one of the greatest gifts anyone can possess, especially introverts who don't always feel comfortable expressing themselves outwardly. By taking time each day to reflect on your thoughts and emotions, you can deepen your understanding of yourself and use that knowledge to create more meaningful relationships and work towards achieving your goals with greater ease. Number 5. Introverts are good problem solvers. We're often told that extroverts make the best problem solvers because they are more outgoing and can talk through solutions with others. However, this isn't always the case. Introverts can be just as powerful problem solvers, but their approach is often quite different from extroverts. One of the key components of successful problem solving is thinking deeply about a situation before coming up with a solution. As an introvert, you excel at this due to your natural inclination towards deep thought and contemplation. Let's see why introverts excel as good problem solvers. First, introverts are active listeners. Active listening is a superpower that comes naturally to many introverts. Active listening allows us to better understand other people's perspectives and emotions without having to say much. As an added benefit, we gain a deeper understanding of the world around us. By giving us undivided attention, we are showing respect and appreciation. As an introvert, you can take your time, think through all angles of an issue, and come up with a thoughtful solution without feeling rushed or pressured by external factors. This allows you to look at problems from multiple angles and gain insight into possible solutions that may not have been obvious at first glance. Number 6. Introverts can read people like books. I am sure you will agree that this is an amazing superpower to have. One thing that sets introverts apart from extroverts is their ability to observe and analyze. They often take in more information than they let on, as their minds constantly process data, even though they may appear quiet or distant. This means that they are better able to pick up on subtle body language and facial expressions that others may miss. They can also interpret the tone of someone's voice and the words they choose to gain insight into their true feelings and intentions. As an introvert, your keen observational skills, inquisitive nature, and empathetic heart give you an edge when it comes time to get inside someone else's headspace. Something that extroverts cannot do quite as easily as you. So next time you find yourself struggling to figure out someone else's thoughts or feelings, just remember that you have a superpower that enables you to read people like books. Number 7. Introverts think before they act. Introverts tend to be more reflective than extroverts, which means that they usually take more time when making decisions or forming opinions. While this may not always be seen as an advantage in today's fast-paced world, it is actually an important life skill. When we take our time to reflect on situations, we can gather more information and come up with better solutions than if we simply react without thinking first. Another thing that introverts bring to the table is their ability to think through complex problems without getting overwhelmed by details or emotions. This helps them stay focused on what needs to be done and come up with creative solutions that others might have missed. It also helps them stay calm during difficult times and handle stress better than those who just react impulsively. So always remember, being an introvert doesn't mean you're shy or socially awkward. It simply means that your energy source comes from within rather than from external sources like socializing with others. There you have it, 7 amazing superpowers of being an introvert. Did you find this video helpful? If so, please share it with your family and friends. You could help someone appreciate the unique abilities they possess more. They will be grateful to you, and you will be part of all the good that will come from that. It will be a positive feedback loop that will only bring more good into your life. Plus, the more people understand their superpowers and good traits, the better our world will be. Now that you can see how introverts can use their unique abilities to change the world, we would love to hear from you. Which of these superpowers speak most to you? Did we miss any? Let our community know by leaving a comment below. And before you go, be sure to like and subscribe, and also remember to claim your free gift by clicking the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and have a day filled with empathy and creative thinking.